Welcome to Biblical Christian Content, where we like to keep the content biblical. Let's go.
But what I would suggest is that whereas they would tolerate your point of view as a rather different and divergent view of Christianity, you are unprepared to tolerate their view as a possible version of the truth. Is that right?
I am, of course I am, and for this, and I say, of course, quite deliberately, for this reason, that Christianity is a very exclusive and dogmatic faith.
As always, welcome to the channel. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. I have to petition everyone that's watching this video. If you desire to help me reach more people with biblical truth and for the algorithm to push me forward and put this content forward, then do me a favor. At minimum, hit the like and hit the subscribe to generate more push to get biblical Christian content to more hearts, more minds, and more souls. Thank you. Enjoy the video.
But I would have thought it brought you into conflict not only with people who don't subscribe to the Christian religion, but to many other Christians too.
Well, of course it does. I'm sorry about this. This is something I deeply regret. But this isn't the first time, that minorities have been right. And in any case, we don't decide this kind of question by counting heads. I know nothing about these things, primarily, apart from what I find in the Bible. But I maintain that the story of the human race and the story of civilization is a proof of the truth of the Bible.
But what I would suggest is that whereas they would tolerate your point of view as a rather different and divergent view of Christianity, you are unprepared to tolerate their view as a possible version of the truth. Is that right?
I am, of course I am, and for this, and I say, of course, quite deliberately, for this reason, that Christianity is a very exclusive and dogmatic faith. Take the Apostle Paul, for instance, writing. He says, "Though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed." He puts it like that. Now you may say that's the arrogance of Paul. I say no. This man has been given his message. He received it by revelation. It isn't his point of view. If a man asserts his own point of view or the result of his own thinking in this intolerant manner, well, he's a boor and he's not to be tolerated. He's a hopeless fellow. But when you are given truth, which you claim is truth from God, well, then you have no right to be anything but intolerant. When I find people insinuating their own theories and ideas and using the name of Christ, well, I have to protest. This is dishonest apart from anything else, in my opinion.
But nonetheless, it's a highly regarded Christian virtue these days to be both charitable and tolerant of people of different views from oneself. Do you disapprove of that?
Well, for the same reason, I am bound to. Christ himself said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me." He says, all others have been thieves and robbers. So when I find the thieves and robbers being accepted into the church and their views being tolerated and praised, surely I'm bound to protest. The point is this, that Christ, I claim, is unique. You mustn't put anybody near him. You mustn't mention him in the same category as Confucius or the Buddha or Muhammad or anybody else. Why not? Well, because he is the only begotten Son of God. This isn't my theory. This is Christianity. This is what the apostles preached. They preached Jesus and the resurrection. Now, take a man like the Apostle Paul. He, as a Pharisee, resented all this. The Pharisees regarded Christ as a blasphemer. Who is this fellow? How can this man teach, never having learned himself? Who is this man who claims to be equal with God? And Saul of Tarsus persecuted the church, and he hated Christ. He says so. But then he came to see that this was the Lord of glory, and he preached nothing else.